Hello there, I'm Rix, and you're tuning in to Galactic Radio. Despite Lucasfilm or Disney never mentioning or confirming it, many people have been talking about Darth Bane's Rule of Two being retconned. Now, articles have been written on it, people on YouTube, folks on Reddit, everyone's discussing it, and it caused a little uproar. It's because of a piece of text from a chapter in a book found in the junior novelization of The Rise of Skywalker. Here it is. The Prime is one, but the Jedi are many. The Sith were many, but often emerged ruled by two. The seeds of the Jedi have been sown throughout the galaxy, on Ossus, Jedha, Xenxiar, and others. The Sith have no seeds, since what they bury does not grow. They are the Despoilers of Worlds and have laid to waste once fertile habitats, such as Korriban, Ziost, Ixigul, Asog, and others. It's this line right here that has gotten many to think that it means there were more Sith during the time of Darth Bane's Rule of Two. And it's what everyone's been focusing on. I keep saying Darth Bane's Rule of Two because that's what it sounds like is being mentioned. That's what I thought at first also. But this isn't what is being referenced here. At all. How so? Well, the canon cut and dry answer is what Rey is reading is referencing the ancient Sith way of ruling. But if you would like to dive deeper into what proves this, whether you don't believe me or you're just interested, then turn on autopilot, sit back in your starship, and grab a glass of bantha milk, because that's what I'll be talking about today. And if anyone is interested in where I got my information from, all citations and references will be down in the description. Before Darth Bane, the Sith actually had doctrines that are revolved around the idea of two. There were some Sith temples that could only be entered by a pair of Force users. These temples were built during the time the Sith and the Jedi waged war against each other, a time when the Sith were many. With the use of the word were, the excerpt is written in past tense, signaling that what Rey is reading was written after what it's referencing happened. So if it was mentioning Bane's rule while having many more Sith alive at that time, this would have had to have been written somewhere between the Phantom Menace and Order 66, because this is the only time the Jedi knew about the existence of the Sith. We know this because of something Ki-Adi-Mundi says.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
No, not that.
What?
Impossible. The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
There we go, that's the one. Before Qui-Gon fought Darth Maul for the first time, the Jedi had never seen a Sith for 1,000 years. The last time they did was when they found Darth Bane and killed him. Now, that information has been changed from legend, so that's what's canon now. So Rix, it would have had to been Luke that wrote it then, right? After Vader and Sidious were no more, the final Sith destroyed, finally ending the Rule of Two? Well, no. It's neither. That's due to an ancient Jedi book called the RamaGaN, which is what Rey is reading from. In the canon visual dictionary for The Rise of Skywalker, we get a brief description of it highlighted here, stating that the RamaGaN is a well-known and influential work. The original was thought destroyed over 5,000 years ago, but was found by Master Skywalker during his exploration of the subterranean ruins on Ossus. It collects 4 varied and conflicting origin stories for the cosmos and the Force, and the precepts derived from those tales. They had to know about it, or else they would have never thought it actually ever existed in the first place. But how could they have read it? Because they had copies. Now, I would like to point out that them having copies isn't specified in canon, but we can safely assume they had them because of what we know so far. It's okay because whether they had them or not doesn't actually change the rest of this whole explanation. It just gives us a good idea of how to see some things for later in the video. But in the description, we are given an important piece to solve this puzzle, in the form of the word original. It says that the original one was thought to be destroyed, and that's what we're focusing on, the original RamaGaN. But if the book was not actually destroyed because Luke was able to find it, then how come the Jedi before him couldn't? It turns out a place known as the Great Library was at some point destroyed on Ossus, along with another Jedi temple and pretty much the rest of the planet. We don't know exactly when it was destroyed, but it's most likely to have happened sometime after 1019 BBY. This is an important year because that's when the Jedi-Sith War ended, finally putting an end to the many Sith. Well, all except for Bane.
I was the last survivor.
But I still have one more crucial scrap of evidence, one more piece to the puzzle, folks, and that puzzle piece is an ancient Jedi known as Klee the Elder. We're never told what gender Klee exactly is, so I'm going to just refer to Klee as Klee. We first learn of this ancient Jedi through the Rise of Skywalker Jr. novel, but it's how Klee is introduced that makes this individual so important. She pulled the heavy RamaGaN from the shelf. The chapter she flipped to was authored by a Jedi named Klee the Elder. Klee wrote it in a lost language called Cormaic. It was 3PO that had to translate it. with it being written in an ancient lost language by an ancient Jedi, clearly shows when this was written. From just one and only line mentioning Klee, we can already approximately date when it was written. Being described as an ancient Jedi automatically puts Klee in an era long before 32 BBY, the year that the Jedi rediscovered the Sith. We know that the ancient part is referring to a long time ago, in the past far, far away, because Klee had the original RamaGaN. That's how Klee was able to write in it. This is the reason why it was written sometime after 1019 BBY. We know Klee wrote the chapter, we know that the excerpt says that the Sith were many, and the book was found in the ruins of Ossus. So there you have it, folks. That's how and why the Rule of Two hasn't been retconned. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the canon reason is because what Rey is reading is talking about the Sith before the Galactic Republic, and how they used to run their order. Similar to how the Jedi had the Council, and that's how they ran their order. If you go on the Wikipedia or the databank, it hasn't been changed. The Rule of Two, it hasn't been changed. The only thing that has been changed is now that it officially establishes that the Sith Order was ruled by two Sith Lords. Again, the Sith before the Galactic Republic. I made this video to clear this misinformation up, and I hope I did a good job doing so. Let me know down in the comments, and if you have anything to add, I'd be happy to hear about it. Share, like, comment, and subscribe for more content. This is our first video, but we do plan on bringing more out, so until next time, I'm Rix from Galactic Radio, signing off, and thanks for listening.